Greetings, outstanding folks. Welcome back. Jervan back with another trumpet video. This is different video than what I normally use. And now I'm doing a mouthpiece comparison. Kind of a follow-up to another mouthpiece comparison I did a little over a year ago when I compared one E with 1.5 C. When I started back on the trumpet, I was using 1.5 C because that was the size I used in high school and college. I switched to 1E per recommendation from from a trumpet pro that if you want the high notes, get the shallow cap. In that particular case, it's talking about switching from a 7C to a 3E. So I did some research, went from a 1.5 C to 1E. And before I start doing the playing thing, there's my 1E. And I grabbed the 1.5 C. The C is a depth normally used by most trumpet players. And I don't know if you can tell the difference, but the 1E definitely has a much shallower cup than 1.5 C. Now with every experiment, there's a control. There's that control sounds conditions that are normally used. And then the experiment expands from the control. Since I'm used to using 1E for most of my trumpet playing, including my orchestra development, I've been using the 1E, so that's going to be the control in this case. And my signature spell, I'm going to just try to keep this video as short as possible. I'll start off with this C harmonic series in the standard range, then try to go as high as I can, then drop off and start at the low C, go chromatically as low as I can. And the results are going to vary on the mouthpieces. And the reason for all the different sizes is because Bach makes a huge range of sizes because no two mouths are alike when it comes to trumpet players. I have 10 mouthpieces I'll be demoing in this video. 6 of them are Bach. The other 4 are Cecilio brand, which came in a kit that I bought at the same time I bought my trumpet. And Cecilio is a company that makes the Mendini trumpet that I've been using. And also I have those 10 mouthpieces. 7 of them have the normally used C depth. I have 3 exceptions. The first one is the 1E is my normal I use one. Here's the 1E. There's a double high C. I've still got some development to do, but that's the 1E. The next one on the list, the largest mouthpiece that Bach makes, the 1. Quite a deep cup, a lot deeper than that 1E I just played. And unlike the 1E that I did as a control, which has a listed inside diameter of the rim is 17 millimeters. This one's actually listed 17.5, so it's definitely a monster. If you call 1.5 C a coffee can, the 1 would be more like a keg. Because it's so deep, I may struggle with the high notes, but the low notes will probably be nice. And plus, I won't have as much bite to the notes because of the depth. Here goes. It still does double high C all right. Low note time. Yeah, high notes a little bit tougher, low notes a little bit easier. Next, one of the four Cecilio ones. The 1.5 C. The one I started with. Less diameter, rim diameter, 17 millimeters, just like the 1E. Still double high C. Again, my embouchure is still under development, so if I had better embouchure development, my nose would be more effective. Next, another Cecilio. 3C. This one for the guys that start off on a 7C. 3C is fairly commonly used. The listed diameter on a 3C is 16.3 millimeters, which is a huge drop from the 1/2 C. Fairly commonly used. Here it goes. Still has double high C. Now with the smaller rims, like the pedal notes, are a lot tougher. And it's going to be a lot tougher the smaller I get. Next, 5C. Another one that came in that kit. And when it comes to people going away from a 7C to another size, 5C is not really that commonly used because it's not very much bigger than 7C. But if you buy like the P trumpet brand of plastic trumpets, they'll come with two mouthpieces, being a 3C and a 5C. Listed diameter in Bach is 16.25 millimeters. Here goes. Still does a double high C. Oh yeah, definitely more difficult on the pedal range. So there's that one. Now the next one, I'll set my trumpet aside. The next one is the last one I have that's of a depth other than the normal C. I did get a 5V. And compared to the 5C, you notice that there's difference in the cups. The 5V is the only brand size that Bach makes that has an actual V cup. All those are some kind of either standard bowl cup or some modification. And the modification is usually on commercial mouthpieces that run about 20% higher than standard Bach. And one thing that I've heard is an advantage about the V cup is that the airflow is a little bit more efficient. Now this one, I've never played like this in a lot of the other mouthpieces. I've never used it before, so I have no idea what to expect. Same diameter as a 5C at 16.25 millimeters. is what it is. Here's a little bit free flowing, but because it's a lot smaller than what I'm used to using. Not very strong. Next, the 7C. This is the size that when you buy an instrument straight off the shelf, it'll be the size you use. I've got 4 of these right now because 3 of the instruments are one of the kit. And it's a starting point because it's about the middle of the range of Bach mouthpiece sizes. This diameter is 16.2 millimeters. And if if you're just starting on a trumpet, it's a good size to start with, and you get an idea of what you need to do for either smaller or a larger mouthpiece. Good general purpose mouthpiece. Yeah. That little small. Now I just have 3 mouthpieces left that are actually smaller than 7C. In those cases, based on stuff I've heard. One size that's popular among people that opt for a smaller mouthpiece than 7C. One that'd probably be of good use for a piccolo trumpet is a 10.5C. This size on this rim is 15.9 millimeters. A little, fair amount smaller than 7C. And here goes. Now the double high C came out pretty easily. Yeah. Double high C came out pretty nicely. Pedal range, anything below double pedal F sharp is certainly quite difficult. 10.5C. The next one is one based on a comment from my 1E, 1.5C comparison video. Was like, the guy said, why don't you try 17E? Well, one thing when I was research Bach, 17E doesn't exist. 17C does. That's why I bought this one. 17C. Really small mouthpiece. Listed diameter is 15.1 millimeters. So it's really small. I'm not even sure my arms is going to work in it. Well, I'm going to play what I did on the previous 8 mouthpieces, but here it goes. Still does double high C. Low note's going to be tricky. Oh yeah. Double pedal C is out of the question on this dinky piece of work. And now for my final mouthpiece. The smallest mouthpiece that Bach makes. 20C. Its listed diameter is right at 15 millimeters. Just a little bit smaller than 17C. So if you call the 1.5C a coffee can and 1 being a barrel, 20C is needle's eye. And this is probably going to be just as bit as cumbersome to play as the 17C was for me. There it goes. It still does double high C all right, because of small size. Pedal range is going to be heinous though. F sharp on this thing. Oh yeah, that's it on the low notes. I'm surprised I actually handled the fundamental pitches for the 7 valve positions. So that's it for the 10 mouthpiece demonstration. And you see the results just as raw as can be. Most of them I haven't used before. And this demonstration like what you can expect for different sizes of mouthpieces. In my case, as far as results, I'm still pretty much going to stick with the 1E and 1/2 C. Maybe the 1. Maybe the 5V. Different results. And like I mentioned in an earlier video, a size that'd be comfortable and effective for one trumpet player could be completely cumbersome for another. In my case, I'm more effective with larger mouthpieces, less effective with smaller mouthpieces. But there are some guys that are more effective with smaller mouthpieces. That's perfectly fine. That's why Bach makes such a huge range. I will add another comment that I saw on the Bach website. Is use as large of a mouthpiece as you can and do it comfortably. Because you'll get good tone quality out of the larger mouthpieces. My recommendation, if you're just starting up, start with a 7C and work from there, either up or down, depending on how your mouth works. I work best with this 1E and 1/2 C. Some guys might work effectively like a 10/2 C or maybe even a 17C or a 20C, and that's perfectly fine. Use what works. And that's pretty much it for this demonstration of the different mouthpieces. I appreciate you guys watching. You're certainly welcome to subscribe, and wish you all the best.